Hello there. With record-breaking heat this week across Belgium, the Netherlands, Luxembourg and Germany, the question on everybody's lips is how long will it last? Well, we've actually reached the peak and things are going to change with an area of low pressure starting to push in from the Atlantic. That will bring a fresher feel and a more comfortable feel. It will also bring, though, some pretty intense thunderstorms because as that frontal system bumps into that extreme heat, it could really trigger off the potential for some localised flash flooding. But we've got some dry, settled weather and heat across Turkey, across Greece, the Greek Isles, also into Italy, the Balkans and into central and southern Spain. So the majority of the Mediterranean is fine, settled, sunny and hot. We've still got the heat in Europe on Friday, but not as extreme as it has been. And it does look as though things will start to change. But as I say, that could then spark off some pretty intense thundery downpours across France, through the Alps and into northern Italy. There is a possibility of some localised flash flooding as we move through the weekend. So certainly one to keep a close eye on. These are our city forecasts then. As you can see, those temperatures easing down, much more bearable, much more comfortable. Blue skies, sunshine and heat continues across Madrid. And then into Eastern Europe again, that extreme heat in Germany starting to ease a little. That will come as welcome news. Hello there. Forecast for the Middle East coming up shortly, but first of all, let's start off in Africa, where we have seen some heat in South Africa, but that will come to an end over the next few days as a weather front approaches and will bring some showery outbreaks of rain. At the same time, it's rather windy across that east coast of Somalia. We've got our seasonal showers, some of those starting to become a little more extensive now across the west through the Gulf of Guinea and out towards that Ivory coastline. Then further north of that, we've got that extreme heat set to continue. Blue sky and sunshine. So our city forecasts really show this quite nicely. In actual fact, you can see that sunshine easing and the showers arriving into Cape Town in the early half of next week. Elsewhere, we keep that heat, we keep the blue sky and the sunshine going across Khartoum with temperatures into the 40s. Now let's move away from Africa and into the Middle East, where it's all about wind really at the moment. We've got some extreme heat, yes, but we've got a localised shamal and that could affect Iraq, Kuwait, down into Qatar, maybe United Arab Emirates. Temperatures mid to high 40s in places. There will be a few showers close to Yemen and windy with it as well, as we already talked about across that Somalia coastline. So winds a feature here. There's the shamal, could bring some lifted dust, could bring some poor visibility too. But the city forecasts generally show a lot of blue sky, a lot of sunshine and a lot of heat to go with it as well. Hello there. We're looking at a fairly spell of active monsoonal rain over the next few days, particularly across parts of northern India. And in fact, if we take a look at the satellite picture, you can see the amount of rain clouds there are at the moment. So we have weather warnings in place for Punjab, for Uttar Pradesh as well. We've seen some flooding rains across parts of the Himalayas and in Nepal in general. And we've got some very heavy rain across the northeastern states of India over towards Myanmar as well. Few showers along that west coast too. They're expected to continue as well. Now for Central Asia, it's a little bit quieter, but it is hotter, particularly close to Tashkent with temperatures at 37 Celsius. Few scattered showers though into Kazakhstan, Astana at 24 degrees. We will see a little bit of showery rain into Kabul and stretching across into Pakistan as well. We've spoken about those sharp showers along that west coast and then running up into northeastern states. That's when we start to see those vibrant colours, the brighter greens and yellows, denoting the intensity of the rainfall that we're likely to continue to see Friday and into the weekend. So our city forecast reflects that. There will be some pretty intense showers to come over the next few days. Elsewhere, it does look as though it's going to stay largely fine and dry with plenty of sunshine and heat across Tashkent, temperatures peaking at 40 degrees. Hello there. Forecast for Australia on its way shortly, but first of all, let's take a look at what's happening in Asia. And you can see on the satellite pictures a fair amount of shower cloud, most of that actually associated with monsoon rains. But we have got a tropical disturbance just brushing with the southern fringes of Japan over the next few days, and that could bring some pretty intense showers as it slowly drifts its way eastwards. It's also got some heavier showers across the Korean Peninsula and into central and eastern China as well. Few showers through Vietnam Vietnam, more extensive rain across the northwest of Thailand, all tied into the monsoon there. We'll pick up some heavier showers into the Philippines, Malaysia and Indonesia. The showers not as widespread as they can be at this time of year. So taking a look at the city forecast for the next 5 days, we will see further showers to come across Tokyo, slowly improving into the early half of next week. As for Australia, largely under the influence of high pressure at the moment, but there's a trailing weather front bringing some outbreaks of rain into Victoria and Tasmania. It's also bringing some pretty gusty winds as well. That will gradually drift its way eastwards. Ahead of it, it's a quieter spell of weather, particularly for the South Island of New Zealand. Yes, there are a few showers easing away from the North Island, but eventually we will see some wetter, windier weather starting to encroach from the southwest. And you can see the signs of that on the city forecast. More showers to come into next week. Take care. Hello there. Disappointingly cool for the time of year across some areas of South America, and partly is to do with this stripe of cloud and this intense rain. So parts of Peru, Bolivia, parts of Paraguay and southern Brazil are seeing temperatures a good 10 degrees below where they should be for this time of year. But things will start to improve over the next few days. So you can see we're looking at 11 or 12 degrees. Now up into the northwest, yes, we've got our showers across parts of Colombia, Venezuela in particular, and also a few sharp showers into western Brazil. Not looking too bad though. And then we've got that rain stretching through Paraguay into Uruguay and northern Argentina. Only 12 degrees into Buenos Aires, 12 degrees into Santiago as well. Further south, we've got a frontal system producing some windier conditions, some rain and obviously some snow across the mountains too. But temperatures will start to improve over the next few days. Buenos Aires back up to 18 degrees into next week. Seeing some pretty intense showers as well across parts of Mexico, particularly along that east coast too. We're also picking up some showers down into central parts of America, and that's going to be the case over the next few days. Across the Caribbean, showers around, but they should be fairly isolated, but we keep the risk of some pretty intense downpours into Mexico City for at least the next 5 days. Hello there. Let's take a look at the weather forecast then for North America, where things are largely quiet really by their standards. You can see on the satellite picture a frontal system leaving the eastern seaboard, a trail of showers in its wake. Another area of low pressure just starting to move across the northern plains. Now that'll continue to produce some sharp showers through the plains, maybe as far south as Nebraska through Thursday and into Friday. But elsewhere, it's a largely quiet, settled story. We do need to keep a close eye on a disturbance through the Gulf of Mexico, which may well develop into a storm over the next few days. But looking across that west coast, yes, we've got a little bit of outbreaks of showery rain, generally through western Canada, down through British Columbia. Cloudy, but largely fine into Vancouver. Then we stretch down across that west coast through California. It's pleasant. There's some sunshine and a decent feel to things as well. So that's going to be the story over the next few days. The heat, obviously a feature at Phoenix, as we tend to get at this time of year, well in excess of 40 degrees. Now across the east coast, again, it's a quiet, settled story. There's our weather front off into the Atlantic. Sunshine behind and temperatures low to mid 80s in some places. A few sharp showers breaking out just south of Orlando into Florida as well. Some of those fairly intense. So that's the story for the next few days. Little in the way of change. Take care.